What's up everyone, welcome back. Today we're playing Ertai Resurrected in Historic Brawl. Ertai is a 4-mana Dimir 3/2 Phyrexian human wizard with flash, and when Ertai Resurrected enters the battlefield, choose up to 1. Counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability, its controller draws a card, or destroy another target creature or planeswalker, its controller draws a card. So Ertai is a counterspell in the command zone, or removal spell in the command zone. Pretty versatile, especially in Dimir colors, right? So we're playing essentially draw go Dimir. Maybe not full draw go, but you know, somewhere between mid range and full on control. And we want to get to a point where we could hold up mana for Ertai, maybe counter the opponent's commander, maybe, you know, counter their tally or something like that. And then we can bounce Ertai. So we can bounce it to destroy their creatures. We could bounce it at instant speed to target a spell. If we have Thassa down, we can just automatically bounce it at the end of our turn, each turn to destroy a creature or planeswalker. This does let our opponent draw cards, but you know, if we have Narset down, they can't draw cards. So yeah, that's essentially the point of the deck, is Dimir control, mid-range control, however you want to see it. Because there are some creatures in here. You know, there's Sheoldred and there's Rusko. And this Ertai is a creature that we kind of want to keep on the board. So we're just going to do our Dimir thing until we get to a point in the game where the opponent gives up, or we play our big endgame effects and the opponent, you know, really wants to give up. We'll see which one comes first. If you like this kind of content, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Hope you subscribe too. We'll see, or I guess we'll find out together what queue we're in. Are we in like B tier, A tier, or Hell Queue S tier? I don't think I've seen this card in Hell Queue. I don't see it very often at all, honestly. But we'll find out. Wizards may have been wary of the card's effect and just put it straight into Hell Queue because it's a little bit too sweaty for their liking. But we'll find out. As far as opening hands, we're just looking for the, you know, generic stuff. If we can get a, you know, ramp artifact in there, that's great. So we can get Ertai out faster. But we just want lands, you know, at least 3, hopefully. Some card draw effect of some kind. Ertai is a removal spell and a counter spell, so we don't have to necessarily have those in our hand. Although one extra of those would be nice. And yeah, I think as long as we have, you know, the right amount of lands, card draw effect, you know, I think we're doing the thing. Entering match. But it hasn't actually put me in the match yet. I hope the client isn't bugging out. Happens at least once a week for me. I don't know about you guys, but at least once a week I get weird errors like this. We'll give it like 10 more seconds, and if it keeps doing this, we'll just restart the client. Alright. Restart the client it is. This is the exhilarating content you're watching for, right? Okay, let's try that again. Alright, looks like we actually got a game. Oh my. Well. Oh no. Hello, Arena? You good? Yeah? Okay, we get to go first. Awkward tap land. But our commander is good against Rusko. In the sense that if we counter it, they never get the clock. We technically have another tap land too. Alright, we'll keep. This is good against them. This is just a better Dimir deck though. This is the best Dimir deck in the format, so we'll see if we can battle it out with them, but they have a lot more inherent value in their alchemy commander than we do in our real card commander. Also, does Ertai have 4 arms? I just noticed that. There's another version of Ertai, the Esper version, that like lets you sacrifice artifacts to counter spells. I don't remember him having 4 arms in that art, but I could be wrong. Hello, Arena? Are we gonna work today or what? It's saying that I'm timing out, so... Alright, let's do it again. I leave this kind of stuff in the videos because, 1, I don't have enough time to edit these. But 2, I feel like it's appropriate to show the errors in the program, you know? Like, a lot of us have been complaining about this stuff for a long time. And I don't want to sit here and complain about it too much, but they can throw me in the same game. That's funny. You know, they should be, you know... Did it skip our turn? It did. It skipped our turn. Cool. Sick. So the advantage we had is now gone because the client decided that it didn't want us to take our turn. So we'll see how this goes, but I'm not feeling great about it. Staff, okay. We'll crack this now. Because they are in blue and they might have a stifle effect. Dang, pay 4 life, draw a card. Alright. Stifle meaning like they could, you're gonna pay 8 life to draw 2 cards. So they don't have another land to play, I guess. They have a signet. We could counter the signet. Is that worth it? I think so, if they're having this hard of a time. Now they could have Spell Pierce, which would be a little annoying, but... Consider. Sure. They bin the Tome of Legends, and they finally find the land. Okay, let's go get... What? Black? Blue? We have mostly black cards in our hands, so I guess we'll get a black. Let's see if our opponent reads Reads our commander. Wow, 12 life to draw cards. Insane. Our set. We could counter this. We counter this. Draw 2 cards unless you discard 2. Do we have a way to bounce Ertai? We don't right now. We just don't want them making midnight clocks. So, resolve. It's annoying, but we'll let them resolve it. Means we can't draw extra cards, so we got to keep that in mind. We're down to 12. That's insane. Like, what if we draw Shieldred? Okay, Fire Mind Vessel. We can't play it this turn. They don't have enough mana. Let's see if they have a counter. Make them do it on their turn, so they have to spend their mana. Yep. Okay, another tapped out. Wash Away. So we can play Ertai and hold up Wash Away.
You are a mighty warrior. I concede.
Okay, we're drawing a lot of cards. They might have another counter. But again, that's their whole turn. Okay. Fresco comes down. They make a midnight clock. They frogify our commander, but that won't matter if we bounce it, so that's fine. Resolve. Cling to dust. We could taint it indulgence for something. We could kill their Rusco. We could bounce it and make them exile something. Let's do this while they're tapped out.
There is little as exquisite.
This is not a real card, so if we bounce this to their hand, I think they... let's see if they block it. Yeah, they don't, because they don't want me to get it back. That's fine. We'll take the one... I mean, they're low on life. They're gonna attack. Sure. Easy block. Man, if we had actually gone first and hadn't been screwed by the client, I think we would be in such a good spot. But like I was saying in the intro, like, this is the reason why we need to bring light to, you know, the errors of Magic the Gathering Arena. It's been out for a while, since 2018, and it still has these issues. So... even though it might be boring to scroll through and, you know, for you as a viewer, I think it's important that we document it. Yeah. Miscast. Okay. So if I bounce this, I don't think it goes to their hand, right? I don't think they can replay this. I could be wrong about that though, and if I'm wrong about it, then that's really bad. They have a lot of mana. But let's just kill their commander. They're tapped really low right now. They didn't seem to have an answer for Ashiok, so I'm going to keep plussing and maybe get to the -7. -7, right? Yeah, so we can ultimate it next turn and play the One Ring and Tezzeret's Gambit in my turn. Siphon Insight. Well, we can just miscast that, I guess. Right? They're going to be a better target for miscast. Probably not with all the mana they have. They can just flash it back, but, you know, let's make them do it. Rusco. Solve. Make another Midnight Clock. Type in Insight. Solve. Name the Firstborn. Well, that does suck. That means they're gonna be able to attack our commander, which they only got this because of the Alchemy Key to the Archive. That's why they have a red card in their Dimir deck. I could have clinged. I just realized I could have clinged their Siphon Insight. It wouldn't have changed anything here, but pass. They can attack my thing down. What was in there? Midnight Clock into the Royal. Okay. That's fine. We didn't really need either of those.
I love your desperation.
Resolve. Resolve. All runs Epiphany, huh? Let's find out together what happens if I bounce this to their hand. Oh, it actually goes to their hand. Well, at least it takes the counters off of it. Man, alchemy cards are so broken. So not only does this create a card out of thin air when it makes this Midnight Clock, but it actually counts as a real card. It's not like a token. Because if it was a token, it would disappear when it went to their hand and they'd have to exile a card from their hand, but it actually bounced to their hand. Man. Alchemy cards. What are you going to do? Let's, hold on. Let's get some more information. I mean, we need the land, so those weren't necessarily bad draws. They're gaining life because of Rusco. But now they're really far away from refilling their hand. So if we can use Ashiok to at least get rid of the threat of Midnight Clock, I think we might be okay. Because right now their only card draw is Staff of Completion, which makes them lose 4 life. And they're going to do it again. They're going to go down to 9. There's a lot of good stuff in here now. And even if we don't get to cast it with Ashiok, at least it's exiled, so it's like they can't ever get it back either. Is there anything that I care about? Yeah, I guess let's just get rid of something out of here. This is really good. I don't want them getting it back. Thassa's nice. Thassa's nice. Thoughtseize. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you think they have a counter spell? Is that what they have in their hand?
My kin are delightfully friendly.
Let's find out. They must have a counter spell. Blink of an eye. Resolve. Okay, so they're gonna draw a card. We get to see their hand. Wash away. Portal to Phyrexia. Those are pretty bad. Well, it's gotta be Portal, right? Wash away can hit our all runs Epiphany, which is annoying. And it can also hit Thassa here. But we gotta make them have it. Right? So they should counter this. They should absolutely counter this. But then it paves the way for all runs Epiphany. Memory Deluge. Okay. Alright. I don't think they drew a counter. No attacks. We'll protect the Ashiok so we can bounce the midnight clock. Yeah, they're really going to try to take it now. They must not have gotten what they wanted. Oh, they cast my Memory Deluge. Interesting. They stole my Memory Deluge with Siphon Insight. Okay, they got a fresh 7, and they should be able to win the game from here. That's how this deck works. And yeah, they should have a removal spell. We'll put stops just to make them think we have something. They're digging even deeper. Did they not draw an answer in their fresh 7? That's insane. Escape Leveler, yeah, that'll do it. Resolve.
I abandon my work.
Okay. Well, they should have a counter for this. But, I mean, this is our only way of getting back in the game, is taking an extra turn. Yep. Cool game, bro. But yeah, I mean, Rusko is just the most powerful alchemy card. There's no other Dimir card that would have gone down to 8 life or whatever, and then been able to, like, value their way back into the game, right? The only reason they got back in the game was because of the free midnight clocks that they were getting. Even though we bounced one of them, right? They made a couple midnight clocks. And then they gained life from all the second clause here. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you drain your opponent 1 and you gain 1. So this card is absolutely broken. But it's very good, you know. So, like I said before we even started the game, this is a better deck, and we should definitely lose to it. Hopefully someday we'll get a historic brawl format without any alchemy cards. But seeing how Wizards keeps promoting alchemy stuff even though no one wants it, I kind of doubt it. We put up a good fight though. I mean, they had to steal our... they had to DDoS us so that they could steal our turn 1, right? In order to, like, get out ahead to squeak that win. So not only does that alchemy card, you know, break the rules of Magic with seeking cards out of thin air and all that, but the opponent had to DDoS us to get that win. Could you imagine? No, but for real, like, at least once a week I get an error like that where I'm in a game and then all of a sudden it's timing me out, and then I do my best to exit the game and get back in, but I always get back in and my turn's taken away from me. It's the most annoying thing ever. And there's nothing wrong with my internet connection or anything like that, so you guys will have to tell me if that's happening to you too. It's extremely concerning. They haven't fixed these errors yet. Tally, that's a pretty good one. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say Ertai is in Hell Queue. We played Rusco and we played... Now we're playing a Tally. The nice thing though is that our deck hard counters a Tally, literally. This is such a good hand if we had 3 lands. Ugh. Can we fight? Oh, it's so risky to keep this. And they get to go first. Oh, man. By turn 4, they'll have enough mana to play a Tally. That's usually how their deck works. But maybe we can Blood Chief's Thirst something away and slow them down. It's just such a good hand. How do I refuse this hand, you know? It's just so good. Not a land deck. Not a land. We don't have a turn 1 play, so we'll just have it enter tapped. No reason to take the 2 life against the Drool deck. Into the north. Yep. Go to Ramp Town. Land. Alright, we're doing it. We're doing the thing. Because once we get Rusco down, we can, you know, like we just saw with the last game, we can start making midnight clocks. Okay, so it looks like they're going smart with their ramp. It's not creature based. Yeah, I think we gotta do this and get some lands. Awkward Mystic Sanctuary. Discard a card. Okay. Languish is pretty awkward in this deck. Or in this matchup is what I mean. If they had creatures down, then it would be different. Oh man. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're gonna have enough mana to play a Tally next turn, and we have a tap land. Sick. Okay, well, it is what it is. I guess we can return their Arcane Signet, right? Yeah, that slows them down. Okay. Okay. You can't play at an instant speed though, so you lose the mana. Yeah, alright. Yeah, they had the land, so they would have had mana to cast a tally. Kogala, sure. Pretty bad. Okay, so we're just gonna have to let them hit us with Kogala. And counter a tally. 1, 2. They didn't play their arcane signet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do they have another land or no? Or are they just gonna try to like hit me with this until I give up? Well, we'll find out. They can't play a tally at instant speed, so we can kill Kogala if they do nothing else on their end step. Yeah. Destroy target. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. We'll float a black. Pass. Mana goes away because it was in a different phase. We don't have enough to remove it from combat, so we gotta take the 7. Mind Stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Arcane Signet. Yeah. Dead Kogala. Okay, sure. Okay. We just hope they draw a dud off the top of their deck, because they are super set up for a tally. Delighted Halfling. Ooh, it means it can't be countered. Oh, what a draw. Are you actually fucking kidding me? Oh my god, what a top deck. It's like one of the only things they could have top decked that could stop us from stopping their tally. Well, they can't do it this turn, though, because it's summoning sick. I don't know if they realize that, but okay. I guess we can Blood Chief's Thirst. Their Delighted Halfling. Man, some lands would be pretty sick, deck. I mean, we kind of have to play this, right? But then it only makes blue. We can Teferi's Time Twist and counter it again. I think that's what we gotta do. Okay. Man. We are trudging through the muck here. Do it again. Explore. Okay. I'll help you draw a card. Oh, it's next end step? That's super awkward. Oh well. We'll kill a tally then, I guess. See what they get. Sure. Lightning Bolts. Dryad. You get to do it again. Midnight Clock and Stomper. Not the greatest. Super awkward that Time Twist is at the beginning of your end step. I should probably take that out of the deck. Now that costs 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. Yeah, they have enough. And then they have, yeah, enough for quite a while. Okay. We need the mana. That has to be a land. This has to be a midnight clock. They're gonna double a tally again. But then we can River's Rebuke them. And all this stuff can go back. Yep, why not? Double a tally. Okay. They blew up my midnight clock, I'm gonna cry. Mildred, yeah, yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, this is what a tally does. Cool. We'll see what we draw, but this is pretty rough. They might make a creature here. No, they're gonna blow up Brusco. Okay. That's fine. We don't have double black. So we need to draw a black source. It doesn't really do it, deck. Doesn't really do it. Yeah. Trample, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Cool. Got mana screwed. And could never dig ourselves out of it. But I mean, I did keep that opening hand, so I guess that's kind of on me. But when you have a good hand like that, sometimes it's worth it. I mean, it's not like we had a 1-lander. We had a 2-lander. I've said it before in other videos, though. I feel like I specifically get mana screwed in Dimir decks or Grixis decks. Those two decks, like, I'm more hypersensitive than normal to make sure that I have, you know, the correct mana and hopefully 3 lands or 3 mana sources, because I feel like I always run into this issue in those decks. And we drew cards and stuff too, and we ran into the tap lands and those types of things, so yeah, I don't know. And then the awkward bounce spell that didn't actually counter a tally. Like, Essence Flux would have been much better in that situation. Okay. Opponent goes first. What are we playing? Narset? Prowess Narset? This is a good hand against them. I mean, we have both our colors, but we're on 2 lands. At least we have plays we can make with these, but it's risky. And they get to go first. But we get to draw first, so hopefully that draw is a land. And then this hand is doing stuff. Hard to pass up Rusco in your opener. Time Warp is not a land. That's okay. We have 2 more turns to draw a land. Nice. Are we doing anything turn 2? No. Okay. We could draw 1 more land, that'd be sick. Okay. Well, apologies for the really rough games, but I just press record and I upload, so whatever happens, happens. Nicol Bolas? Yeah, we are definitely in hell queue. Makes sense. Wizards are afraid of Wizards is afraid of these kinds of cards. The cards that quote unquote don't let people have fun. This is a good hand against Bolas. We get to go first too. Yeah, I think we keep. Nice. Planeswalker removal. Yep. We crack it now because they have blue in their colors, so they might have a stifle effect. You don't want to get got. I don't think we need to hold up memory lapse on turn 2. Let's... Oof. They might have a stifle effect. Do we wait to crack our fetch? What are we doing anyway? We're just going to cast memory lapse, right? Or... Yeah, that's probably it, so... We can wait for them to tap out before we crack our fetch. I'm okay doing this now, too. If they have the stifle, they got us, but they spent mana on their turn to do it. Get the tap land out of the deck. Tail's End is nice against their commander. Get double black for Liliana eventually. Now we have Ertai mana. So let's just pass. The nice thing about having an instant speed commander that can counter stuff. We can memory deluge on their end step as well, depending on what they do. Yep. They could counter it, which would be dumb, but they could do that. The land is nice. Blood on the Snow hits planeswalkers. I mean, the more planeswalker removal we have, the better. But Ertai gets rid of... Doesn't Ertai get rid of planeswalkers? Yes, it does. So we don't need planeswalker removal. This is way too much mana right now, so we'll take Behold. My turn. This also gets rid of planeswalkers. Okay, so we're pretty set up. Blue's fine. We can... Same deal as last turn. We can hold up all our stuff. I gotta not click auto pass, because in case they do something, we want to be able to react to it, and if we're auto passing, they won't let us. We'll see what they do here. Well, that's definitely worth countering. We could Tails End it, though. We can memory lapse it. That's worth a Tails End. We can't let them have that. Wish we drew a land so we could foretell this. But we did not. Okay. Same as last turn. Put a stop just in case. Yep. You have a swan song? I'm trying to think of a counter that would get me here. Wash away. Sure. Take action. They set that up nicely. But we're just gonna destroy it.
I am one again.
This is not gonna get anything right now.
Witness
My turn?
a mote of my power.
Okay, cool. This is instant speed, right? Yes. This is not instant speed. So maybe we should just use this now while it's... You know, while we can. They're tapped out.
Defiance is
I don't think we're going to be killing a small creature in this deck. Hold up memory lapse or foretell behold the multiverse. I think we hold up memory lapse because if they draw land, they can recast Bolas, which is what they're gonna do. Memory lapse them. They put it on top, which is interesting. Draw. If they shuffle their deck at all, then they would have shuffled away their commander. That's why it's interesting. Brainstorm. They are hoping to draw a fetch land, otherwise they brainstorm lock themselves. Although they have a ton of cards, so it may not matter. Put in a end step stop for memory to lose, just in case that comes up. Did they tuck their commander away? Did. Massacre Girl. So they're just putting down a 4/4? Do you have a, whatchamacallit? Spell Pierce? Swan? I don't think Swan Song gets instant sorceries. Spell Pierce? Expansion? So, oh, they get to do it too? But doesn't it do nothing for them because they didn't spend any mana? wait, hold on. Hold on. Copy target instant or sorcery spell with mana value 4 or less. You may choose new copies. So, view browser. So they look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast this spell. But they spent 0 mana, so they didn't get to look at any of their cards. That's super funny. Yeah, Thassa's pretty dope. And Ugin's pretty good. We'll take the land though. My turn. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. So they tucked away their commander? I'm so confused. If they tucked it away, then I'm just gonna... I wish I had a way to make them shuffle their deck. That'd be hilarious. Should we just hold up Ertai? I mean, probably best, right? We don't really care about taking the 4 here momentarily. And if they don't play Bolas, then we can just behold on their end step. Draw 2, draw 2. As we're told, it's pretty nice. We'll take both of those. Again, you want to hit your land drops in a deck that doesn't ramp. We definitely have an island down there. They're waiting for me to tap out so they can play their commander. And the reason I'm not playing Liliana is because their commander destroys planeswalkers. So I need to have more certainty that this is going to stick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not quite enough to play Thassa and have Ertai, but we can play As Foretold. And they probably want to counter this, but we'll see if they do. They do not. End step. They could try to flash something here. Brazen borrow it. Sure. They could flash in Brazen Borrower. And they're gonna scry too. Did they shuffle away their commander? I'm so confused. I feel like they would have tried to slam it by now if they had it. Really? Well, they can't play Bolas at instant speed. So do we just remove this Massacre Girl? Let's... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can scry a bunch. We can bounce it back to their hand. And kick it to draw a card. I think we can do that. Yeah. We can also cycle Baron more if we don't draw a land. Wash away is nice. Brazen Borrower. Cycle the land. The tap land, so we'd rather have... Oh, hello. But that would turn off our commander. Ooh. Oh. Oh man, but if this gets countered, it's so bad for us. I wish we had a way to peek in their hand. Let's do this again and see if they counter it. There is stick. Okay. We're just gonna keep going. Castle Vantress. Man, I wish I could play this at instant speed. Put a end step stop. For our own Castle Vantress. They scryed 2 to the bottom, I think is what that was. Massacre Girl. Solve. Pass. See if they have a counter spell. Well, I think we won the War of Patience against the Grixis control deck. Wow. I mean, I think they shuffled away their commander. Because why... Okay, so think about it. When they had their commander in their hand, like we what was it? Oh my god, what was the spell? Memory lapse. When we memory lapsed their commander, we could see it on top because we knew what the card was. And then when they drew it, we could see it. And then all of a sudden, after they played Brainstorm, it disappeared, like they tucked it back in their deck. Which I guess would make it technically disappear because we wouldn't... It would now be not known information if they put it on the second or the first, you know, on top of their deck. However, it's not... Since it's in their hand, it doesn't have the commander tax anymore. It only costs 5. So why wouldn't they try to slam it? You know? I mean, we did a pretty good job of keeping up Ertai, which is why I was playing the way I was, just in case they had it in their hand and we couldn't see it. But there is also a possibility that they brainstormed, put it like number 2, and then they shuffled their library somehow that I can't think of. maybe this did it. I'm not sure. But no, because I don't see a fetch land in here. I don't know. I think it was just hanging out in their hand. Yeah, I just don't think they wanted to play the long game. Well, patience is a win con. That's what I always say. Alright. That was a good game. I mean, we didn't really get to see the deck win, but we did get to see how the deck can, you know, play the control, you know, Dimir control role really, really well. I always say this, but I always get these Wilds of Eldraine packs when I crack packs because they include the legacy enchantments. I don't know if legacy is the right word, but the old enchantments from back in Magic's history. Like these, like Repercussion. So I didn't own this yet. A bonus sheet, I guess is what they call them. But Repercussion is an old enchantment, but they've included these, you know, like Blood Moon and Repercussion and Painful Truce, right? Painful Truce? I don't remember. But maybe not Painful. The 5-mana black one that makes your opponent lose 2 life if they play a land. I can't remember what it's called. All of these are only in this set. So if you crack these packs, you have a chance at getting these cool enchantments. And so instead of, you know, this is a mythic. So if I wanted this enchantment, I would have had to pay a mythic for it, or I can just crack a pack when I get enough gold. And so that's what I've been doing. And this is why I finally got one. Now I will say it's only like 1 in 10 of these packs that I get an actual cool, like mythic or rare enchantment from back in Magic's history, but it's still worth it. This is a very, very good... Repercussion is a very, very good enchantment. Anyway, let's do a deck review. Ertai. So after playing the games, I think I would reconstruct the deck to be full on Dimir control. I kind of made it like, as I explained in the beginning, I kind of made it like mid-rangey control, you know, where there's like creatures and, you know, like Jinkataxis is an endgame payoff and Leer. So what I would do is I would take out all that stuff. Maybe just keep Shieldred and Rusko because they're just so backbreakingly good. But every other creature I'd probably take out, and I would make this like, you know, counterspells, removal, and endgame, you know, payoffs like Planeswalkers and things like that. Things that aren't affected by board wipes or destroying, you know, creatures or things like that. And that's how I would build the deck. I would still have the bounce stuff like Thassa's and the Essence Fluxes. Although where was that one? Teferi's Time Twist, I would take this one out. Because the timing restriction of this, where it comes back at your end step, won't allow you to do the thing you want with Ertai. As we saw it against Italy, it really screwed up my my plan. But effects like Essence Flux will allow you to trigger his ETB right when a spell is cast. So you can either counter it or you can destroy a creature or whatever you need to do. So yeah, I would make this a full-on control deck. I think, you know, I've talked about before that I've tried not to make every deck a full-on control deck, even though it's so easy for me to want to do that because I love control decks, but I really try to like sprinkle in some other stuff to make them interesting. But this one I think really should be a full-on Dimir control deck. Hard lock control. So I think that's the only thing I would change. There's probably 10 cards in this deck that I would take out and replace with those control cards, you know, Jinkataxis and some of these other ones being those. But otherwise, it's pretty much the right shell. Leer's a little awkward too. I mean, the value is so good to be able to cast stuff again from the graveyard, but the fact that you can't counter spells once this is down with its static ability definitely flies in the face of what we're trying to do with Ertai. So this is definitely one I would cut to. Even though it's great value, really goes against what we're trying to do with Ertai. So yeah, that's the deck. Leave a comment down below if there's some card I missed that would be great in this deck. I'm sure there are other great Dimir control cards that aren't in here, but always like to hear from you guys about which ones you would like to include in a deck like this. I know a lot of people that watch the channel are big Dimir fans. In fact, I did a poll the other day that was which guild is your favorite control guild, and Dimir won out of, I think, like over 200 people voted on it, but I was surprised. I thought Azorius would win, but Dimir is actually what you guys voted on the most. So this is right up your guys' alley, all you Dimir fans. This is a great commander for that kind of draw go, have a counter spell at all times in the command zone, and then the ability to like instant speed, you know, have a counter spell or a removal spell is pretty incredible. Alright, cool. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Helps me make more content. Helps the channel grow. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.